Uh-oh. So now we just wait for Irileth to show up, which we can, there is a wait mechanic in the game. Yeah, we can wait and then we just bam, she's there. Or we just stand here and wait for her to walk over here. Which I don't know what you guys would prefer, but I'm just gonna chill out here because me talking to the Khajiit gave her time. Yeah, look, they're right there. Me talking to the Khajiit gave her time to walk over here so that this doesn't take as long as it normally would have. Well, the guards are here. There she is. I was like, man, what?
No signs of any dragon right now. Sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad. We've got to figure out what happened. And if that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out. Look for survivors. We need to know what to do.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere. Rocky and Tor just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it. Kinreth, save us. Here he comes again.
Where is he? Oh, I don't have enough magic. Am I still wearing... I am. Okay, how much magic do I need for this flame atronach? I am too short. I am too short for being able to conjure this flame atronach. Okay, that's fine. Requires 25 before I can lower that. Alright. Well, I guess we'll just do this then. I'm just gonna do a little cheat here. Uh-oh. I'm not going to allow level ups during combat, which means that's as far as I can get. Wow, that's gonna kill me. Okay. Because when you level up, it fills your magic, health, and stamina. Whoops. And like potions are allowed, obviously, but I'm not gonna level up and completely max out my health. It just seems cheap. Seems like cheating. It's not a rule that I normally follow, but I feel like I should follow it here. I need to hide before he actually kills me. Cool. And now that's high enough that when we're out of combat, I can decrease I can decrease the mana cost of apprentice level conjuration spells. Uh-oh. thing, son. I get the last blow. I haven't done a single thing to help the fight so far, but I got the last hit, and that's what matters. Very cool. Okay, I'm going to loot every single thing off of this dragon. And then I will level up. I will choose Magicka. And then I will put this perk here. For half Magicka, which means instead of 132, it's 66? So what that happened is that word wall that we saw when I got the Dragonstone, it gave us force for unrelenting force, which wasn't powered. We weren't able to use it until we got that Dragon Soul, because you use Dragon Souls to power up your words of power. So now that we've killed the dragon, we can use unrelenting force, which is cool. I literally have no idea what button it is. And I know oh, it tells me right there, Z.
The Thuum! He summons the Thuum.
Cool. And we can go back here. 62. Okay. Which is even better than 66. Which is awesome. Okay, so now we go back to Whiterun. Whoops, just kidding. I lied to you.
Dragonborn. In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power. Yes, I think I am. You can shout now. That can only mean one thing. You
I mean, I can shout. Does that mean I'm Dragonborn?
What are you talking about?
Alright. They just talk more about the Dragonborn. That doesn't matter. So now we go back to Whiterun. We can fast travel there, but I'm just going to walk there.
So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there? I knew I could count on Irileth, but there must be more to it than that.
Yeah.
Dragonborn. What do you know about the Dragonborn? So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you. Masters of the Way of the Voice. They live in seclusion high on the slopes of the throat of the world. The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice. The ability to focus your vital essence into a Thuum, or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift. You heard the summons. What else could it mean? The Greybeards.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tiber Septim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Hrothgar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, what?
I'm just gonna shout him. Yeah?
What nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Hrothgar, don't be so hard on Avenici.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon? It revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it.
And the Greybeards heard
They
it.
think you're Dragonborn. Who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you, you know, to climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me and my city, Dragonborn. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we? We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Proventus.
Alright.
We still have
So if you guys haven't played Skyrim before, you've at least seen a meme or multiple memes about Lydia. At least back when this game was more popular.
The Jarl has appointed me to be your housecarl.
I normally don't bring her with me, but I think we're going to go ahead and have a follower this time. I normally don't bring followers with me because they're so buggy that they can just die and then you don't have their help anymore. But they're incredibly helpful as long as they don't die. And they are programmed in a way that they shouldn't be able to die. But obviously, like I said, bugs happen. So the easiest way to get to High Hrothgar, which is where we're going, is to get to... We go back to Riverwood, and then we take a mountain path to Ivarstead, and then from Ivarstead we get up to High Hrothgar. So yeah, the Greybeards are just normal people, but they've been studying high up on a mountain to be able to possess the power of dragons, where they can use the Thuum to, like the Jarl said, just like project their vitality out into shouts. And they are incredibly useful because you can ask them because you can ask them where words of power are located, and they'll mark it on your map so that you can go there and get a word of power. And then, you know, if you have more dragon souls, you can power up those words of power, and then you get cool shouts and stuff. My favorite one, there's one called Marked for Death, which you shout and it like hits one person or multiple people, however you like shout at them. And what it does is it like slowly drains their health until they die. However, I think it has a time limit, and that time limit increases. Either it has a time limit and the time limit increases every time you get a new word of power, because there's 3 words for every shout. So either the time limit increases or it does more damage and kills them faster. I don't exactly remember how it works, but one of those ways. And then there's one, I don't remember what it's called.
So, a costume? You're not serious.
Sure I am. We got some furs and tree branches, paint them white, and then tie them to stone. Instant frostbite spider.
Frodnar, nobody's gonna believe that your dog is a frostbite spider. And if they do, they'll kill him. That's not much of a prank.
Oh yeah? And what would you rather do?
Interesting. Well, now I have to dress my dog as a frostbite spider. But yeah, there's a cool shout. I don't remember what it's called, but you shout at a particular location far away, and it like says a whisper or like a word or something, so your target will go and attack that instead of like attacking you or whatever, which is really good when you're stealthing, because if you're stealthed, you can just like shout the whisper across the room or whatever, and they'll turn around or whatever. Yeah, they'll turn around, they'll head towards the whisper, and then you're just able to sneak by, which is cool. I really don't play sneak characters very often. Even when I do the Thieves Guild quest line, I'm not really a sneaky boy. I don't remember which way to go. That way's up to a camp, so I go this way. I just don't... I don't know. Sneaking is cool. I understand a lot of people end up sneaking. When you sneak and attack someone, you do extra sneak damage, which is really useful, especially if you're a stealth archer, because then you just like sneak, draw your bow back, boom, which is really cool. And I mean, it comes in handy. For one of the achievements, you need to kill a legendary dragon, and to do that, you have to get up to level, those are hunters, you have to get up to level 76 or 78. And so stealth is one of the things that I'll farm to get up, because it's really easy to farm stealth. It's really easy to farm stealth, illusion, and blocking. Those are probably the 3 easiest ones to farm, so that you can get up super high levels. I just don't use it particularly often, but it has really cool things. In the skill tree, you can get like, you're able to roll under certain circumstances, or you don't activate tripwires or pressure plates, which is really cool. I understand that it's like a utility thing and that it works really well for people. I just don't do it personally, like a lot of things. What's really cool about Skyrim is that there are so many different ways to play it. You know, you could be heavy armor with a two-handed weapon, and you could just like be a absolute tank, or you could do pretty much what I do, where you're just like cloth, you wear your mage robes, you cast your spells, you just try to keep your distance. What I've always wanted to do, and something that I've never tried, is you have healing hands, and I wish there were more healing spells, but you have healing hands, and you have one other thing that I think is like a quicker healing hands. But you can, I like to, well, the idea is that the follower is like a tank, and then you just kind of stand back and you just like make sure they're healed, which I think would be super cool. I normally fall into like healer roles when I play role-playing games, and you can't really do that in this game, which makes sense, and I completely understand it. I would much rather play as a mage than like a healer probably, but I just think it's I just think it's an interesting idea to be like, Lydia, go fight these things, and then I just make sure she's healed as she kills things. But there just aren't enough healing spells in the game for that. But there are mods, obviously. There are mods that add spells. There's the Ordinator perk. There's the Ordinator mod that I was talking about earlier that adds a bunch of perks, which adds a bunch of new spells and stuff. So I'm sure it's an option for sure, especially if I am willing to install mods. But it's just not something that you can do in base Skyrim. But yeah, there's just so many different ways to play it. And then like you can mix and match. I don't know when it would be a choice to do it, but you could always do like heavy armor and then you have your bow. Or even as a mage, there's a bunch of things. I chose to specialize in conjuration. You could do destruction. You could do illusion. Yeah, the only offensive ones, I guess, are conjuration and destruction. Here, let's look at these real quick. Yeah, this is not gonna be This isn't going to be offensive spells. These are offensive spells. These are offensive spells. These are not really. Yeah, so I guess no. You have, if you want to do damage, you have conjuration and you have destruction. Yeah, see, that flamethrower is just killing these in one hit. I have no idea where Lydia is. We're just not going to worry about that right now. But yeah, it's just really cool. And I love how many different ways there are to play this game. Yeah, so that dragon you see up on the compass on the very top of the screen, that's where a dragon burial mound, something like that, is located. There typically are words of power with them. I think there's only 1 or 2 dragon location that doesn't have a word of power with it. Oh, I hear more wolves. Maybe I don't. Oh, I do hear that though. Oh, that's our first death. Where's our save? Holy cow. Where is it? Right here. Cool. That's not too far away. Wow. I want to say we're not too far away, but we were basically to Ivarstead, so I am going to go ahead and warp to... Whoops. I'm going to go ahead and warp to Riverwood so we don't have to deal with that walk. At least we can skip that part, right? So yeah, they're not talking about the Frost Wolf dog anymore.
Wait, so accosted?
Or maybe they're just further down here. Yeah, so they are. Cool. Yeah, I'll dress my dog as a Frost Wolf spider. Why not? I just had to make the same joke for whatever reason. Okay, I'm just gonna try to get through this. Okay. Nice. We'll get this house real quick. So part of what levels up conjuration is the actual summoning every time you're in combat. Which is why I'll probably get rid of my stuff and resummon things every time a new enemy comes up. Because like I said, we want to get conjuration to 100 as fast as possible so we can get those permanent thralls. Just because that's when we can really focus on... because there's a perk where you can have 2 thralls. So then we have 2 permanent thralls, and then we have our bound sword, and then I normally have like fireball or whatever in my other hand. So it's just, that's when we're really going to dish out a lot of damage, as we have 3 fireballs and a sword hitting the enemy every couple seconds. Well, I guess multiple times every second, whichever. But here we are.
On your way up the 7,000 steps again, Klimek?
Not today. I'm just not ready to make... Passing through on your way to High Hrothgar? I've been to the monastery, being masters of the... Well, not that they would. They seem mostly food supply. The Greybeards tend not to get out much. Well, it's kind of an understanding between us. Trouble is, my legs aren't what they used to be. Really? Here, take this bag of supplies. At the top of the steps, you'll see the offering chest.
Okay.
Just leave the bag inside.
I just wanted to get the side quest since we're walking up there anyway. So yeah, I don't know if there's actually 7,000 steps here. I'm not going to sit here and count them, but I can definitely assume that there are. And it's definitely a cool little path for you to walk up. Cool, are we out of combat? I'm gonna go ahead and take off this novice hood. Ah. Just because I like to see where my things are. I don't like pieces of armor that like give you boosts to your stats because they're useful. And you know what? I probably do need that. Because they are useful, and I understand that. It just makes it hard to level things up equally. Because let's say I wear that armor piece until we're level 10, level 12, and then I finally take it off, well suddenly my magicka is lower than all the others. And it's important to me that I have everything equal. Just because I use all three equally. Like I use the magic to summon everything, and then I'm using stamina with my one-handed weapon, because you use stamina for the power attacks. So magic is used to summon everything, and then I'll use it for my fireballs once we get to that point in the game. Health obviously keeps me alive and is super important to keep me alive. And then stamina carry weight, like I said, with the one-handed weapons. And you'll notice these little monuments as we walk up. If you like press every one, I think there's 7 or 8 of them. If you mark every one of them as you walk up, then wild animals will be passive towards you for 24 hours. I think that's 24 in-game hours. And that's super cool. But I always end up missing one, so I normally just don't bother with it. But it is a really cool thing that if you get every one of them, then you don't have to worry about wolves and bears and stuff like that for 24 in-game hours. Which, time really flies by in this game. I mean, I felt like it was night forever. And that could have just been one big night. It could have been a couple nights. Who knows? And there's a big spooky frost troll up here. He will be able to kill me super easily. He'll be able to kill Lydia even easier than I. So I am just going to walk past him. I hope Lydia does the same, but I know Lydia's not going to do the same. If Lydia is even still with me. He's a cool little thing. He definitely introduces you to trolls. But they regenerate health, and their attacks are super powerful. So it's very easy for them to kill you because you just can't do enough damage to them, especially early on. I'm sure if I was smart, I could absolutely do it. But I normally get impatient. I don't like working on one thing for multiple minutes, I guess. Especially because you do have to be so careful, and Lydia is so fragile. And here it is. Here is High Hrothgar, home of the Greybeards. And look at this view that they have. There's Whiterun. There's Solitude way over there, which we'll end up in. One of these. There's Winterhold. There's Dawnstar. Like, they really can see pretty much all of Skyrim from here. Okay, and we'll put Climax supplies in the chest. We'll return to him once we go down to the bottom. But here's High Hrothgar. And I am going to stop here. I know I'm not saying this at the end of every episode just because it's a matter of I don't know when the edits are going to happen and when the cuts are going to happen. But I hope you guys remember to like the videos and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy them. Comment down below if you want to know anything special or if you have any ideas on what we could do. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I know my dad's having a lot of fun with this, and we are just wanting to create content for you guys to enjoy as we play games that we love. We want to share these experiences with you guys, and we hope that you enjoy sharing these experiences with us. So yeah, remember to subscribe if you want to see more. Like the videos if you like the content. It really shows us what you guys like and what you guys don't like. Comment anything specific that you want to tell us. If you're watching on the website, that's great. My father put a lot of work into that website. Remember to go to the YouTube and check it out. It's the same videos. It's where all the videos come from. It just makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, that's cool. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back with more Skyrim soon. Thank you guys so much, and goodbye.